It's time to get a little less serious about wrestling. This is the Alternate Commentary Table with lifelong friends.
Notice your difference in size.
And lifelong wrestling fans.
Each is a very capable performer, and each is a little too clever to give the other boy much of an advantage.
Mitch Hontzias.
Credits himself with a lot of power.
And Dimitri Korolis.
So that he got all that power from drinking raw olive oil all through his youth.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening live, unlive to the Alternate Commentary Table, brought to you by the Celebrate Wrestling podcast feed. That's right. What is it all about? Well, it's a group of people just celebrating wrestling. For example, Mitch.
Hey.
Dimitri.
Oh.
Mike McGuire.
He's good.
Andy Evans.
Great guy.
GW Joe.
Maybe my favorite.
And the whole crew behind it. Listen, we're dropping it like it's hot.
Yeah.
Okay. The ACT coming at you, brought to you by the
Sauce.
That's right. We've been herding sheep since day Anna-ish. Okay. You got Mitch over there, who I will acknowledge.
Acknowledge me.
I will acknowledge him.
That's right.
As the tribal shepherd and the current wearer and bearer of the olive feta.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Of the olive feta.
At least we know how to keep a family intact after what I've seen this week.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Okay? But listen, you got to do a couple things. Anywhere where you're streaming your podcast, you can get the Celebrate Wrestling podcast feed with all the content that we got going on. McGuire on Wrestling, Legends and Champions. There's a lot of beautiful things. The Facebook page. Look for Celebrate Wrestling on the Facebook page.
Yeah,
Ask to join. It's super fun.
Super popular all of a sudden. Like, not all of a sudden. Very much over the last couple of weeks.
Listen, we got more traction than a set of new studded tires, okay? It's crazy what's happening over there. But it's live threads, live in-time threads about all the shows, the PLEs, questions. You know what I've noticed? People are getting more engaged with thought-provoking questions. Hey, you know, who do you think would win in a fight, Mitch or Dimitri?
Right.
Who's more likely to win the Intercontinental Championship?
Right.
Mitch and Dimitri. Who's more likely to put someone through the barbershop window? Mitch or Dimitri. So these are the things that are getting asked.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it's safe to say, actually, who would I?
Oh, you would throw me through the window.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I'd want to, but you would do it. You would see. I have a heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so a little piece of me right at the last minute would hold back. Where you're like, yeah, you'd grab me and throw me right through it.
Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
This would be a great, if we could think about it, whether we do it today or not, but an alternate scenario.
Okay.
If you put Mitch and Dimitri in those scenarios, who's who?
You know what really makes me sad right now? And it's so not sad. What is crazy in the alternate scenario, I was actually going to say, what was a bigger shocker? And obviously, this is not the question today. The Steiners breaking up,
right? Or
the Rockers breaking up. It's so weird that you brought up the Rockers. And so what is? I'll tag you in. Hold on.
Okay. You know, for me, it was the Rockers.
Really?
Yeah, it was the Rockers. I think because I knew them more as a tag team growing up as a kid. I had more exposure. True. Let me tag you in quick.
You know what? After seeing the reel, that's how this all came up. Yeah. I saw how Scott attacked Rick, and I was like, you know what? I mean, they're brothers. No one saw that coming. Even though the barbershop was way more exciting, the heel turn of a brother on a brother, and they never reconcile technically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that one might be a little bit better. It edges it out slightly.
Okay.
I mean, you got family involved.
Okay, so if we're the Steiners, are you Rick or no, you're...
Well, I think...
you know what? Really,
I think we know who
really bad example.
Yeah,
really
come on.
bad example.
I think we both know right now.
Okay, we're the Legion of Doom. Are you Hawk or Animal?
That's a good question. I think I'm more Animal.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Well... Let's get to the show.
Let's get to it. We got a lot of stuff. Okay. What a week in wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, if you haven't listened, go back to McGuire on Wrestling. Why? Because Dimitri, GW Joe, and Mike Daddy got together and did a little recap of the Royal Rumble. That's what I want to do real quick because I got some thoughts. It's a week FOMO. Out. I got a little FOMO. I couldn't join. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to look at you straight in your eyes and tell you this. Royal Rumble last week. I like it. It was good. And you know what? It took a full week for me to understand a couple of things. I'm just going to say it now, and we're going to talk about it in a few minutes. I'm going to apologize. Each week we come on here, and I'm like, see, we told you that was going to happen. Right. We told you this. When Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble last week, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, I thought it was dumb. I didn't like the idea of it. I didn't understand it. I'm like, you had John Cena, you had the CM Punk, you got the Roman Reigns, you got the Seth Rollins, you got everybody. And you give it to Jey Uso, who the week before lost to Gunther. And then I mentioned to Mike, I go, I think a lot of it has to do with the swag. You know what I mean? He's selling so much, they got to get him in front of the crowd and all that. Then Monday night comes around, and the whole crowd is up and down. Friday, yesterday, SmackDown, the crowd, they did an encore. Ladies and gentlemen, it actually took me a full week to understand why they did it, and now I'm kind of on board.
He is the most popular person in actually all of wrestling.
Yeah, as of right now, 100%.
He is the number one. We haven't come up with a pound-for-pound ranking system yet.
Agreed.
We got to come up with a name.
Funny enough, I was working on it. Next week, it'll be unveiled.
You have something?
I have something.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, I know. I was going to do it today, but I knew we were going to be running tight today.
We got to go.
And I wanted to make it special.
Okay.
Special for everyone.
I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
I like that.
That's the
Okay.
thing.
He is the most popular person in wrestling.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. I love it. I understand it. I'm loving it even more.
So you think you're better than me because you got it before me? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's why I would put you through the barbershop, because I do think I'm better than you.
Right.
Like that's obvious.
Even though you acknowledge me as the tribal. As
so
the
did Solo Sikoa at one time.
Good point. I have to watch my back is basically
or
what you're
Solo
saying.
Korolis.
Oh. All right, let's go through it real quick.
But I want to say this.
Sorry.
All I want to say is he's got the momentum. He's got it all.
Yeah.
They just can't do him Cody Rhodes ugly.
We'll get to that. But you are right. What do we say on our sports show all the time? The heater. And he's on one. And that's why I changed my mind. Because I'd be hypocritical if I didn't acknowledge the heater.
Fair.
He's on a major heater. Speaking of that, let's talk about the Women's Royal Rumble. Because I got to be honest, that was winning me over. I loved it. I thought the women did a great job. I know Survivor Series, I didn't give them their flowers. I'm giving to them now. Obviously, few notes. Where do you want me to start?
I think you should let Mickie James.
Valkyria's wardrobe malfunction. Let's roll with this one. Great work. Loved
Beautiful.
it. I feel like maybe next time, Liv Morgan, don't help her. You know what I mean? Like, it would be more fun to see her try to do a power bomb while she's tying her bra back up or something. It would be funny. But overall, great move.
Listen, last I checked, these are premium live events. I think you need to call Mickie James and let her know that you like.
You know what? Listen, I already talked to Nikki yesterday. I already talked to him. It's fine. Guys, yesterday you guys all found out Drew went to SmackDown. I hate to tell you, I already knew. Anyways, Jordynne Grace coming over. That was kind of a bad kept secret. We all kind of knew that was happening. Thoughts on the Jordynne Grace real quick?
I think I like the old hairstyle better. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. She looks great, though. She's ready to rock. What about the Alexa Bliss coming back?
Little lackluster for me.
Something was missing.
I was looking and I said, hold on, did she not get... So she's got the doll and the whole Wyatt family, Fiend, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But did you not buy, that's kind of over there and over now. Why? Can you not come back as Alexa Bliss? Like, we're still doing this?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I think most of the fans just were so excited to see her. 2 years she's been out. She comes back. Now they're doing what you're doing, going, wait a minute.
Because you know what the problem is?
What's that?
Liv Morgan.
Right.
Just out Alexa Bliss.
Buddy, are they sisters?
Well, here's the thing. Liv Morgan right now is kind of that crazy,
yes,
Harley Quinn. But at the same time, with the Judgment Day, so she's got that edge. I'm telling you. And Alexa Bliss is like, oh, this is a better version of me.
Yes, well said.
Like crap. If she doesn't reinvent herself, she's just going to be the person that was once popular, had a belt, and came back.
Listen, Nia Jax beating up everyone, basically.
That's the best.
Loved it.
The best.
I still don't feel like they give her... she had the belt. I love that. I just feel like, as much as I love Tiffany has the belt now, I wish they kept it on Nia just a little longer. Tiffany will get it. I think they jumped the gun a little bit. Because Nia, man, is just that good right now. I'm sorry. I just really do think... And speaking of that good... She comes back. It's the worst kept secret in all of wrestling. Charlotte Flair makes her return. She wins the Women's Royal Rumble, and she's been doing the tour. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes, I know, because we talked about it as well.
Oh, no.
Everyone's been talking about it.
Oh, no.
But thoughts on her winning. Were you surprised out of 10?
No, I think we called it.
Yeah.
I think, listen, you got to get, I just don't see anyone else that would have or needed to win.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
If anything, I would have loved a Liv Morgan to win.
Buddy, I actually was like, give her, again, another person they should not have taken the belt off. I'm sorry. Like, Rhea Ripley had to fight her 10 times to get her belt back.
Yeah.
No, you guys should have kept it the way it was. It was working really well.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, no.
Makes sense.
Listen, man, if I've learned anything, especially this week, really reflecting on myself, nothing has to make sense. It just has to be that way.
You do that reflection, eh?
I did. I looked in the
reflected?
mirror and I said, hey, Mitch, why do you watch so much wrestling right now? Because I'm avoiding my child. I don't want to help out with that. One big miss, my humble opinion.
What are you doing there for so long? I'm watching YouTube. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. It's my 1 minute of time.
I'm catching up on my news. Are you still
I'm talking to Dimitri. Give me a second. The big miss, and I said it last week, Tessa Blanchard. Listen, I've been watching a little of the TNA. I know she's a little bit controversial, and she's just right back into the mix. I get it.
Yeah, so
but guys,
Hogan.
Can I say something? Is Tessa Blanchard kind of not the new Becky Lynch 2.0?
Listen, she's what you need.
I'm telling you.
You need some sass. And
the
you need some
crossover
class.
couldn't have come at a better time. Please start incorporating her. I know that there's a little hair on this one. Shave her down, and guys, put it together, because she is going to make it wicked in women's wrestling.
And not literal hair. He's talking proverbial hair.
Proverbial hair. Yeah.
Okay, relax,
That's it.
everyone.
Relax.
Okay.
Let's go over to the Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. I actually rewatched the match because I don't think I gave it the love that it deserved.
Yeah, it deserves a lot of love.
Cody Rhodes, I'll give you some respect, man. You took some nasty bumps. I'll give it to you. There was a moment where I actually thought you were knocked out cold, and maybe you were. And the refs and everyone came in to help you. But then, as wicked as that was that you took that bump, Kevin Owens, ladies and gentlemen, right now, you said earlier, pound for pound, Jey Uso. I might argue with you and say Kevin Owens. That dude is doing, like, not just from on the mic, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And then taking that bump, man. How did he not? But he was like somehow inside the ladder at the end of the match.
I kept rewinding it to see where his head landed.
I don't know. But his
like,
face
how,
shows,
like
it looks like the ladder landed on his face.
Yeah, not so good.
Not so nice. Okay, the tag team, 2 out of 3 matches. Dimitri said it the best last week. Street Profits. Done. I have nothing else to add to that. I don't understand why the Motor City Parkade or whatever they're called, along with DIY, why they needed 2 out of 3 matches. Why? In fact, I think the Street Profits did exactly what everyone wanted to be done. They went out and beat them all up, going, why did you guys do this?
I'm so cheesy bored of them that
so bad.
I'd rather they just walk in the ring and just do rock, paper, scissors. Like, don't wrestle. Just like 2 out of 3, rock, paper, scissors, classroom rules. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, it's
And
not.
your
It's,
news.
you want to talk? You want
He hit him with the scissors.
to? All right, men's Royal Rumble, real quick. We obviously know Jey Uso won. Were you surprised at the final 3? Jey Uso, John Cena, and Logan Paul. Were you a little surprised Logan made it as a top 3 guy?
No, I wasn't surprised because I like what they do. You got to throw that little bit of doubt.
Right.
And here's why it was so masterful. Because you're like, he's the most hated guy next to Dom Dom.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you're like, you have the guy in there who's the, please for the love of God, he better not win. Then you have the, we love Jey Uso, but that's not going to happen because John Cena's got to finish his story.
Yeah. Well, hey, I said it last week, Cody, guys. This is your fault. All of you. And by the way, I was even listening to Seth Rollins the other day talking, not just about the Hogan. He was on the McAfee show, and they were kind of joking around how he's going to go into the Elimination Chamber.
Right.
He's taking on Finn Balor next week. But the funny part is he goes, yeah, John just said he wants to be in it, and he got in. He goes, I have to earn my way, and John just got in.
Yeah.
And he's kind of right.
Yeah, but you know what? He's John Cena.
Hey, look, I'm a Cena guy.
I know.
I'm a Cena guy. But rules are rules, too. You know what I mean? That's it. Thoughts on this one? Over 300 million views. I Show Speed goes into the Royal Rumble. He's a YouTuber, if anyone doesn't know who it is or still trying to figure out who he is. My son loves this guy. He's all over this guy. I thought it was great. I mean, to get 300 million eyes on it, you want that. But obviously somebody missed the spot. Like a Trick Williams out of NXT, for example, right? He's been their champion. It's kind of sad to see a guy that's not wrestling related in any way get Royal Rumble appearance where the other guy doesn't.
You guys, this is why they're in business.
Yeah.
Okay? This is why they're in business. And I'll tell you this, I would much rather someone like that gets that pop, that gets eyes, that helps grow the brand. Because, yeah, Trick Williams or someone else, as nice as that is, Mitch, would you really have cared?
Great point. Great. And this is for everyone that is talking about it. For me, again, I told you I reflected.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, you had some
I'm getting it. I get it.
A lot of clarity.
Lots, man. Lots. Here's some, who's got total clarity or really nothing left is Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is his head is still connected to the stairs,
right,
at the wrestling shows. Long story short, that feud, I'm a likey. But then I like the CM Punk portion of that too.
Oh, I'm excited.
Wrestling guys, I gotta give you guys some credit. When we're thinking red, you guys are doing green. I don't know how you do it, but I like you.
Yeah.
And this is a guy coming from a guy that likes to give you guys a hard time all the time. I'm liking how you're doing this.
That's why they call him Likey Mitch.
That's right. That's what it is. Thoughts on that? On CM Punk not winning, where everyone had CM Punk to probably.
I actually loved I didn't. Okay, I said this when we did the little round table there, okay? Or the tribunal, because I guess it was three. You can't really have a round table with three people.
Yeah,
it's tough to make that.
Yeah, it was a tribunal.
It was a tribunal.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't like when, what I didn't like about the Rumble is if you got to really start hammering a story outside of the ring to take away. I was like, eh. But then, like you.
Yes.
You reflect on things.
I reflect on things.
And I liked it, and I love it. And I like how they did it all. Where Punk eliminated them, and then he gets eliminated.
That's right.
And. And again, WWE, you have a talent pool, and you're doing it right. Because you're making us work for it.
Right.
You're making the fan guess and work for it.
Agreed.
And that's what wrestling's all about. I don't like this cookie cutter, we know what's going to happen, and then you get entitled. And I'm talking to most of you wrestling fan, that entitlement of what they think should happen.
Right.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay? No one called the writers of Game of Thrones. No one called HBO and said, hey, I want The Sopranos to end like this.
That's right.
You sat back, you watched. Are you not entertained?
Agreed.
Is this not why we are here?
I'll tell you right now, one last thing I want to hear what your thoughts on it. I'm not sure if you heard, but during the Royal Rumble, there was a spot where LA Knight, he was going to kind of attack Logan Paul, and then he got in the way of Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest and Finn Balor, and Drew apparently in the back was very upset about it. They ended up fighting yesterday on SmackDown and all that. What are your thoughts on Drew being really upset, knowing he wasn't going to win the Royal Rumble, but got knocked out of the Royal Rumble? I'm still trying to figure out why he was so, because you didn't get knocked out the way you guys kind of said you were going to get knocked out, but you got knocked out anyways.
This is it is stupid, okay? This is like me telling you, hey, by the way, I can't come to your birthday.
Right.
And I tell you that in advance.
Right.
And then when you send the invitations out, it'd be like me coming back and be like, well, why didn't I get an invite?
Good point.
But you told me that you're not coming.
Right.
Yeah, but you still got to give me the invite. And it's like, but
what's
no,
right is right.
But no, it's not. So Drew McIntyre, what are you doing here?
What do you get so mad for?
Yeah.
He's very, you know what? Here's the thing. He's had a bad year. Really, when you think about it, he was the champ for literally 20 seconds at WrestleMania.
Or a Friday night.
He can't beat up CM Punk. He had to re-sign. That took a couple of minutes. And then this. And then LA Knight gets in his way. You know what I mean? It's just he can't seem to win.
Hey, I got a really good, you know what? Speaking of McIntyre and CM Punk, that stupid Bop It Four Corners match.
Yes.
Whatever that thing.
Bop It. That was a Bop It match.
I actually think.
The first ever Bop It match.
Bop It. Turn it. Oh, no, he turned it. I think, if you're going to go that route again, just do musical chairs.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I like that.
The music's going. There's only 2 chairs left. 3 competitors.
It's the main event. It's hide and go seek.
He's hiding under the apron. Stone Cold.
Hotter.
Like when they punch each other, Marco Polo, Marco.
They're blindfolded. Will they ever hit each other? Who knows? Tune in.
In the first ever musical chairs match, 2 competitors, 1 chair, 90 minutes of song.
What's happened? Not much.
How much does this cost? Your Netflix subscription. Holy smokes.
Okay, last thing that the Royal Rumble kind of showed me, the bloodline is dead.
Yeah.
It's over. Like, where we kept asking, so is this it? They basically said it without saying it. It is over. It's done. Everyone's gone their merry way. Everyone's trying to entrepreneurial. Everyone's going to try to do their own thing now.
They've split up the empire.
They split up. And this is the final analogy I'm going to give. Where you said it a minute ago, cookie cutter. I actually was kind of at first disappointed going, come on, Jey Uso, really? Not that I wanted CM Punk or John Cena to win it per se, but it didn't, in my eyes, the guy just got his ass whooped the week before by Gunther. Now you're getting him the Royal Rumble? That's crazy, right? But 2 + 2 = 4. But so is 1 + 3. That's what I reflected on this week.
Ooh.
That it doesn't have to be the way we think it's got to be. That's it, guys.
I like it.
Have a great week. That's it. No, I'm just joking. Okay, let's get over to the Raw. So with that being set up, Raw is here now, right? Jey Uso comes out. The crowd is going bonkers. Gunther comes out, and Gunther's got a point. He's like, listen, if you choose me, I'm going to murder you. Because I've already murdered you. Now you're going to make me more mad that you're making me go to WrestleMania like this.
Right.
Don't make me do it, Jey. What are your thoughts on the Jey? Maybe. And I think he's going to take Gunther. I really do think he's going to take on the Gunther.
I think he takes on the Gunther.
Yeah.
Why? Because he almost beat him.
Right.
He almost had him.
Right.
And I think that's because what I think is going to happen on the other side.
Yeah.
I think Punk Rhodes.
Yeah, I think listen, this whole talk about that CM Punk has to, it's like the only thing that has eluded him is a main event. It doesn't mean he has to win it. He just has to main event it.
Exactly.
And I think you're absolutely right.
So you got the Rollins, Reigns, you got the Punk, the Rhodes, you got a cash in of a favor.
What if that's it?
I know
what
where
if
you're going.
Jey says, I want Rhodes, and then that's when the favor comes into play?
My only thing is this.
Right.
Where does John Cena fit in?
Yeah. You know what? I don't think that everyone wants him to win a championship. And I've said this as well. I said this. I've heard it as well. It doesn't have to be right now.
Yeah.
He can be at WrestleMania, wrestle, do what he's got to do, but he can win that belt in December, man. You know what I mean? And then give it back in January or something, whatever. The point is, he doesn't have
I think he's going to pick the Gunther. I think that's the way that it's going to go.
Yeah.
I think that's really exciting. I think they had one of the best matches of the year.
Oh, absolutely. I thought it was great.
On Saturday night's main event.
It was fun. I said, I mean, when you get the fans going, oh, is he actually going to do it?
Yeah.
The one thing I was going to say, does the favor from that CM Punk is owed, it's technically through Paul Heyman. But Paul Heyman, I just said, technically the bloodline's broken up. So Paul doesn't have any pull with Jey, technically. Right? That makes sense.
Yeah, but Paul can do whatever he wants.
True. I'm just saying. Okay.
He's slippery.
Let's talk about this. Charlotte Flair comes out. Right. Now, granted, guys, she's been out for a year and a half. I get that. She looks phenomenal. I know some people were kind of harping on other things. Like, seriously, guys, get a life. Like, I don't know what your guys' problem is. Who cares?
Yeah, because you don't want to bring her home to mom, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Idiots.
Like, world champion Charlotte Flair. Your father-in-law could be Ric Flair. Like, how good could this
and
be?
Apparently, she's on the market.
Oh. Well, here's the thing. The only thing that caught my eye, or not so much my eye, is my ear. Her mic skills have rust. Forget about the wrestling rust that they talk about. The mic rust was bad.
Oh, yeah.
On Monday night, it was bad. NXT the next night, maybe worse, but then Friday night, she pulled it together. So I'm hoping what I saw on Friday is okay.
She got caught with an early punch in the early rounds.
That's right.
It took it for granted. She got hit. She's down. It's like, oh.
Exactly.
Right? She got up at the 4 count.
Yes.
Right? She's like, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah.
She pulled it together. But man, was she not expecting that?
Yeah, you know what? And I think it might have caught her off guard.
I think so.
But I also think she went in a little unprepared. She didn't know which angle she wanted to go. I don't know if they give her carte blanche and say, okay, you decide. You want to be a heel or face? And she's like, I'll decide tomorrow. And then tomorrow came. She's like, I'll decide right before. She's in the gorilla room. She's like, I still haven't decided.
But you know what? How good is she?
Yeah.
That, she could kind of pivot the day of. keep going with something and bring it back. See,
agreed.
I
hear you. She is the champ. Listen, I'm excited. Whoever she decides, Tiffany, I'm excited for.
It's got to be.
It has to be.
Yeah, listen.
That's steel on steel.
There's no point in Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
We've done that experiment.
Yeah, but there's one thing WWE loves to do. They don't mind going back to the lab and redoing that experiment.
It's not there yet.
Right.
You need the old Flair versus the new Flair.
Yes, agreed.
Right? Like
listen.
you need the Stratton and the Flair to.
You're talking to the guy.
Listen.
That's talking to the guy. That talks to the other guy.
That's what I'm saying.
We all want that.
Oh, we want that.
Yeah. Maybe next to Jey Uso, the hottest thing in the WWE and maybe all of wrestling is Penta. Penta takes on the Ludwig, right? Then Pete Dunne comes down. Then Ludwig hits the Penta, right?
Yeah.
Why is Ludwig always in three-way matches? He's constantly in three-way matches.
Lucky guy.
I'm just saying. Have you noticed this?
Yeah.
He can't feud with one guy. He's got to feud with two guys.
Yeah, well, but you got to remember, Imperium was three guys.
True. Maybe he's just used to it.
He's just used to it.
Yeah, he loves the three-way.
Well, once you get in on the three-way, just doing one-on-one is boring.
Yeah. You know what? Good point.
You know?
Yeah. You know what? That's a good point.
So
yeah, how do you just go back to that?
You don't go back.
To
You can't.
Which he's showing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Good point.
You just can't go back.
You know what? That's it. I had that in my notes. I wanted to know. Elimination Chamber for the women. It's in Toronto. How exciting is that?
That's nice.
That is nice. Us Canadians getting something.
Look at us go.
Look at the tariffs.
Wow.
Maybe we'll get those too. Who knows? Io Sky, who I think now.
Do they tariff wrestlers coming in as
imports?
Great point. That's an import.
That's an import.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would.
I think you tariff.
Yeah, I think you tariff it. You got the Io Sky taking on the Liv Morgan, and then the Rhea Ripley comes in, kind of wrecks it for everything. Yeah. Can I just say something? Io, go get your belt back. Yeah, you guys all love the Rhea. It's not that I don't. It's just I didn't mind when she didn't have the belt. I almost liked her chasing it around better than her having it.
It's something to be said about the chase.
There is, isn't there?
You know,
I've always said that to people. The chase is more fun.
Process over product.
Yeah, I get it. So Liv is off to Elimination Chamber. I'm happy about that. I'm very happy about that. Then Seth Rollins. Seth freaking hates Hogan. Rollins comes out, right? And he's rallying everyone. He's like, aren't you guys all happy? I took out Roman Reigns. I took out CM Punk. I'm just glad no one won. He's starting to sound like my dad. You know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't want anyone to succeed. If it's not him, he doesn't want anybody to succeed. It's over. Seth freaking Gus.
You guys are losers.
But I do like what they're doing with Seth right now.
Oh, me too.
I'm liking it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm liking it.
He's hot.
Yeah, he's really hot right now. Okay, so then that sets up the main event. Sammy versus CM Punk, Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And listen, I mean, we all knew this was going to come. CM Punk wins. He's in. But then at the end,
what?
The guy came.
Who?
Kevin Owens, guys, came over. And you know what's funny? We've seen this song and dance a few times where Kevin and Sammy have gone at it. This one was different. This is where the kids are like, Mom and Dad are fighting again. Oh, they're always fighting. No. This one's different. No, Dad said something.
They don't fight like this anymore.
Yeah. No, I don't. Listen, the promo that he pulled off, and let's get into SmackDown.
Yeah.
That he did yesterday. Again, the car promo. Thank you. Keep it forever.
Massive.
Great. But right now, let's just get into that because we're getting into SmackDown. Yeah. I'm loving this cat. Listen, if this can go into WrestleMania, which I think it's going to. I
think so.
And I can even tell you right now that'll be match of the night. I will tell you right now it's match of the night.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be a destructive match.
Yes.
Like maybe a no holds barred.
Dude,
like something.
Kevin's promo was legit where I'm like I know they're best friends, but that's how you would be acting if you didn't want to be best friends anymore.
Yeah.
He got into his inner self and said, no, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
Sammy might actually not know the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this.
It'd be like me and you fighting.
It could never happen. It could never happen. No. So then, Jay shows up at SmackDown.
Yeah.
Again, the crowd goes so bonkers.
Wild.
To the point where they did an encore. I've never seen an encore.
Encore entrance.
It's
crazy.
That's how big he is. And this is why I say, I self-reflected. I said, this means something.
Yes,
it
it
really, really does.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. So then, of course, he says, hey, Cody, come out here. Let's chat.
Yeah, what are you
But then it was interrupted by not the Bloodline, but Jacob Fatu and co. Listen, one thing I'll say, I've been giving WWE their flowers all day right now in the last 30 minutes, whatever it's been, 20 minutes we've been on. Why didn't you guys give Jacob Fatu the microphone sooner? His mic skills are incredible.
Listen, slow play.
I wanted this.
I know what you're saying.
I'm mad.
Listen, I know what you're saying, but this is why you don't, this is why you take your time. Okay? This is why you got to run the bases.
I don't know.
This is why you run the bases in baseball.
Okay, what about the Tomatonga? Same when he does that little noise he does.
Tasmanian devil.
Oh, buddy, gold. Why didn't he get the microphone?
Listen, all I'm saying is we loved them when they came in.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh my God, he's an amazing athlete.
Yeah.
And he's an amazing mic.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a WrestleMania. And he's this is how things get done.
This is how they get done.
So
right?
I love the slow play. Are we seeing Solo Fatu WrestleMania? Is that where we're going?
Solo did come at the end of the night and he did hit Cody again and all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I do feel like everyone's on their own. And I do think by WrestleMania, yes, that is a definite potential match.
And do you know what I love? I love that we're sitting here talking about 19 different scenarios through the whole company.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to make great TV. Because every week we're on a cliffhanger. Where's it going? What happens? What happens next? You know what? Triple H, maybe he's the power rankings guy of the week,
Maybe.
Like that whole writing.
Next week. It's always, by the way, next week you'll hear it. It's based on the curve. You'll understand next week.
Gotcha.
You got it.
Got it.
So when Drew McIntyre, who's now signed with SmackDown, which I reported to you earlier today, I'm just saying because I was talking to Nick and Mickey. Anyways, whatever. He goes, okay, I gotta go to my match. I gotta take on Elimination Chamber Jimmy, and I gotta take on LA Knight.
Right.
When he was saying that stuff to Jimmy, he's like, oh, hey, Jimmy, buddy, I was laughing so hard. And if I'm Jimmy, honestly, can I tell you something? When the camera was on his face, he's hurt inside.
Oh.
When your brother is now the hottest thing, and you're twins, by the way.
Yeah.
Your cousin is maybe the biggest thing, Roman Reigns. Your other cousin is the final boss.
Yeah.
And you're Jimmy Uso.
He's Fredo from The Godfather.
He's Fredo Uso.
I'm smart.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
He's Fredo.
He's Fredo.
Like Jimmy he's the jester.
Fredo Uso. Yeah, dude, it's
so bad.
The worst part is it's all true.
I know.
And it probably stings even more than we think.
So this is where he's got to go like Owen Hart heel.
Yes, something
right?
like that.
Like you got just whatever that story, like follow that one right there.
Yeah.
Like this is where you got to go like super and align yourself.
Right.
Like he should join, or he should just create a new faction.
Dude, I don't know. He's got to think about this. Jay came up with the
R-Truth.
And maybe. Oh, by the way, you guys all owe me an apology again. Yesterday,
for what?
R-Truth little bit there. Come on, you guys. You can't tell me you actually laughed. If you laughed, it was out of like,
okay,
not everyone. Oh my God, he thinks he's funny. Yeah,
Mickey Mantle never batted 1,000, and neither did.
He's not even hitting a ground ball right now. I don't even care what I said. No, he is not. No, he's not.
That's the truth.
And that's the truth. Now, here's the thing: mixed signals. Okay, you got the Jey Uso and Cody tagging up to take on the Fatu and the Tomatonga. The reality is, Jay, don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't do this. You've seen what happens. You gotta separate yourself.
You gotta separate.
This is what champs do, Jay.
That's
right. If I'm gonna cheer for you, I need you to be a champion now. The mentality of a champion.
We said it before.
Yeah.
He's got the runway. He's got the cachet. He's got everything. He's doing it. They just need to not do him dirty.
Agreed.
And have a plan.
Right.
Which I'm going to be confident. I think they're going to have a plan for him.
Yeah.
I love it. Can we talk really quick about the other guys over there?
Yeah, actually, I just flipped
go ahead.
over. Yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
AEW.
Yeah.
Look.
Hey.
Can I just say one thing that I noticed?
You may.
A lot of talking.
Lots of chatter.
Every single match, someone's talking after the match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Someone's talking.
Now that you mention it.
Or there's like a kerfuffle or schmaz.
Well, here's the thing.
And then they talk after.
I'm all cool with the promo and the talks, but I want guys that know and girls that can do it.
Yeah.
My problem is, I'm sorry, Kenny Omega, excellent wrestler, not great on the mic.
Why are we talking after?
Yeah.
Talk before, fight, leave.
Yeah.
Copeland.
Yeah.
Talk before, fight, leave. Like, why is everyone why is everyone talking after? But can I pay?
You good? Please?
I'm going to tell you something. That
I want to see if it's in my notes. Go. We did not talk about this. I want to see
ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you who the bright spot was on Dynamite.
I swear to God, if it's here, I'm going to circle what I think you're going to say.
Okay,
go.
I'm going to tell you who the bright spot is on AEW, what the bright spot is on AEW, and why the art of the experience and the promo is a thing.
It's not the one.
And learn the lesson.
Okay, go.
Dustin Rhodes.
Oh.
I'm telling you.
You liked it.
Him and the MJF.
Yeah.
This is what they wanted with the Jarrett.
Yes,
but couldn't get.
Right.
I like that.
Okay. I like it. The thing is, it was, to your point, I think you're right where they're bringing him in because the starting pitcher just threw 4 home run pitches.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're right. I think you're right on that. What I was going to say is right now they're trying to promote their Grand Slam, right? The one in Australia. And it doesn't seem like the let's call it the market. Like, it doesn't feel like this is a big deal. Like, it was pubbed as a big deal. And now as we're getting closer, they're like, it's a thing. Yeah, we're doing it. It's okay. I think they've lost a lot of luster, man. I don't know. I'm not feeling that love over there. And a lot of it has to do with, to your point, I think they're trying to do too much last minute.
Yeah.
They're trying to put a 400-person wedding together in a day, and it's not going to work.
Listen, man, the TNA is going to run circles around them. By the way, the Fandango. Come on.
Hey, I got it in the thing.
On the
Real
NXT.
quick, you know who really impressed me? 2 things I want to bring up. 3 things, actually. Buddy Matthews. I don't know if you watched that match.
Dude.
He is... Okay, I'm just going to say this. I said it about Brody King a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you have to separate them because together they're amazing. Buddy Matthews' athleticism and Buddy, the guy's jacked like a god.
He just needs to change his shorts.
Yeah, that's it. His shorts are garbage. I mean, put the jorts on if you have to. I don't know, because those don't work.
He needs pants.
They cannot miss with him.
No.
He's better than I'm not joking you when I say he could be maybe the most talented dude I have seen in a long time. And I'm telling you, that's with Will Ospreay. That's with these other guys. This guy was flipping around and doing things. And with his mask, Dimitri, you can't miss with this guy.
No.
You can't.
No, you can't. They have, you're right, him and the Brody, how they're not the tag champs.
They got to make them very soon. And then they end up losing to, Takashita and Fletcher, right? Like, whatever. I get that. I get it. Like, they're good too. They're great, but whatever.
Takashita.
Okay, Swerve. I'm not gonna let it go. Swerve and Ricochet, match of the night, excellent.
I love how
it.
Ricochet starts with the chair.
Liked it.
Okay,
loved it.
You know what I love about Ricochet? This is why turning heel sometimes is great.
Yes.
Listen, we don't like you.
Yeah.
We see how you wipe. We're not really a fan, maybe on the back to front.
Yeah.
Okay. They let you know about it. Your promo skills suck. You know about it.
Right.
So you just turned into a bad guy.
That's it.
And now you're getting real heat.
Yeah,
and I like that.
That's right.
And I think you should be Rick. Take the Shay out.
Yeah, just Rick. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's Rick.
And then the person that won the night, she did it again. Ladies and gentlemen, Toni Storm comes out for her match dressed as Mariah May. It was Mariah May. Mariah May's on the commentator booth, and Buddy, I think she was even looking at it going, that's hilarious. That's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Toni Storm is like right now in the power ranking. We talked about 3 or 4 people. She could be number 1 on the power ranking come next week.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I loved everything about it.
Right.
And I'm going to say something about this, all you potential haters about there, about maybe the aesthetic look.
Yeah.
We all love it.
It's great.
You know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you who I got my eye on and who I love right now?
Okay.
Outside of Joe Hendry.
Of course.
Congrats on being the champ.
Yeah.
Like what he's doing. Great Royal Rumble entrance.
Sure.
But there's something, a little something. Oh, that's right. It's Jay something. Let me tell you.
Yes.
This guy, I'm watching with Tamara the other day, yesterday. I was watching. I'm watching with Tamara, and I looked at him, I go, he's got the look. And she's like, yeah, he does. And I'm like, okay, well,
Relax.
Right? And then
Relax.
I'm like, but he's a really good wrestler. He's like, shh. He's like, shut your mouth. Shut up. Oh,
That
wow.
beard. Dimitri, you think you can grow that out a little?
Hey, go do it.
Can you do a sit-up?
Buddy, this
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
is a man's man.
Yes.
There's something to be said about facial hair, body hair.
That's right.
A look.
You know what? And his name, Jake something. That's a man's name.
That's a man's name. And that's why we are supporters of Jake something.
Here we go.
Buddy, this guy to me,
Yeah.
get him at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are.
Here we go.
It's
Okay.
a man's man.
We got to rush a little bit because we got to run through another
Okay.
thing. But here we go. It's time for the ACT alternate scenario.
Ooh.
Okay, so as you were talking about it, you say bring them in for WrestleMania. I say, who got snubbed at the Royal Rumble? Dimitri, are you ready? I'm tagging you in.
Okay.
I'm going to give you some names. We go back and
Sure,
forth. Here we
sure.
go. Trick Williams, snub, no snub.
Kind of snub?
Kind
We'll
of.
go snub. Let me tag you in.
Kind of snub. Brock Lesnar not making it to Royal Rumble. I'll tag you in.
No comment.
Okay. Randy Orton not making it to the Royal Rumble. I'll tag you in.
Snub.
Yeah. Is he hurt? Maybe?
I don't know. Yeah, I
Okay, we
don't
got to
know.
check on that. Well, if he's hurt, fine. But if he's not, yeah, that another great entrance. Why is CM Punk getting all the entrances? He needs a good entrance,
By the
too.
way, Hurt Syndicate.
What about
Oh, we loved him.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing.
Oh, versus the Gun. Oh, by the way, we'll talk about that next week. It was the one. How about from NXT, Obafemi? I'll tag you in. He was the North American champion.
No snub.
No snub. How about from TNA, Moose? I'll tag you in.
Would have liked it.
Yeah.
Would have loved it.
Speaking of TNA,
But no snub.
Speaking of the system, you don't think I know?
You don't think we know?
Fandango.
Da-da, da-da, da, snubbed him. You're talking about a WrestleMania guy.
Yeah, should have brought him in. Didn't he have the #1 song for a little bit too?
Still does in
There
my
you go.
book.
Hey, here's one for you. Let's go over to the ladies' side of it. Steph DeLander, who's over at TNA. Tag you in.
No snub.
Relax, George. I said it right. Okay, I said it.
Okay, George.
Two more. Here's one. Uncle Howdy. I'll tag you in.
Thank God.
You know what? I agree. I mean, I didn't want him there, but I'm like, well, you guys keep pushing it so hard. Why not here? Here's one. Weird one. I'm actually surprised as I thought about it. Jeff Hardy. I'll tag you in.
Only if they were together
Okay.
and they came as one unit down. So I'm going to go no snub.
Okay. Last one. No, couple more. Mustafa Ali. Tag you in.
Oh, you know what? That would have been, I say snub. That would have been juicy.
That would have been
He's
nice.
great, hey?
He's great.
He's I like what's going on.
Okay, last
over
one because this is the best one. And
okay.
he should have been in it because he's been robbed too many times. Ladies and gentlemen, my best friend, Nick Aldis. Snub, no snub. I'll tag you in.
You know what? Actually, when you talk about legends or people or surprises,
Yeah.
that would have been amazing to see him. So I say snub.
Yeah, he's snubbed. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
snubbed.
I thought you were saying something else.
No,
for a second.
no.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this guy, he could have still do it. There it is.
When the cream comes.
The cream
comes. Just like Mitch and Dimitri coming at you professionally, live, unlive on the alternate commentary table. Listen, ladies and babies, honey sugar babies, thank you very, very much for tuning in and listening to us. It's good to be here every single week. Remember, Celebrate Wrestling podcast feed anywhere where you're streaming your podcasts or downloading them. You get all the great content. McGuire on Wrestling, dropping like it's hot. Legends and champions from our friend from the other side of the pond, GW Joe. Shout out to all the GWOites. Thank you so much for the support for life.
Nikita was also robbed. Nikita! Chair shot.
Amazing.